Welcome back to Guru Beauty. I am Jodie and today I'm sharing with you my beauty favorites from January 2015. I have lots of favorites for you: makeup, skincare, hair care, self-tanning, the whole range. So without any further ado and in no particular order, I will start with fragrance because it's on top. I showed this one in a recent haul. This is a fragrance from Tom Ford. It's the Mandarino di Amalfi Eau de Parfum. I bought this in the 30ml size and the packaging is just so beautiful. It just makes you think of some exotic paradise island somewhere. It's gorgeous and the scent is just so fresh and perfect for summertime. I absolutely love it. This does not last all day, unfortunately. For the price you pay, I think you probably would reasonably expect that, but the scent alone is worth it to me. I'm not even typically a citrus scent loving person. This is just gorgeous. It makes me want to buy a big basket of mandarins and just eat them all day. This is a gorgeous scent. I feel fresh and summery when I put this on. A tanning product that I have discovered recently. I was sent this one from Priceline actually. It's from their brand Models Prefer and it's their dark tanning mousse. They claim that it gives you a natural tan that is streak free and does also contain vitamin E. I typically really enjoy the Saint-Tropez self-tanning mousse, and I also recently discovered the Loving Tan bronzing mousse. I find that they are both really nice in terms of giving a really dramatic bronze look that lasts for a good week and does not make you look like an Oompa Loompa. This one, because it's significantly less expensive than either the Saint-Tropez or the Loving Tan, had me dubious, skeptical about what the results would be like. It was a little bit more subtle, and this is the dark tanning mousse, so for those who really like a dramatic bronze, this probably is not the one for you, but I loved it. It was a beautiful, even golden tan that lasted a good amount of time, and I would definitely repurchase this product. I love the mousse application. I do always recommend application with a mitt, and would thoroughly recommend this to those Aussies who have a Priceline near them or can order online. Check out the Models Prefer Dark Tanning Mousse for a more natural golden bronzy look. Absolutely love it. Next product, a new one for your feet. This is from the brand Scholl, and this is their Velvet Smooth Petty Express Petty, I think is what it is. I showed this again in a recent haul, and it's a battery operated foot file basically. This cylinder is quite rough, like sandpaper, and you turn it on, the thing goes round and round and you hold it against the dry parts on your feet and it just files them away. I love the fact that it's not like the Petty Egg. You're not actually grating dead skin off your foot. That would just, I just could not cross that line. I just could not do that. I love that this is a little bit more sort of automatic and you just hold it over your foot. Great, great, great for smoothing the underside and the sides of your feet wherever you have that dry skin that just needs to come off. Follow up with a heavy duty moisturizer and you are good to go. I did this probably 7 to 10 days ago and my feet are still baby smooth on the underside. I really love this. I think it's around 49 Australian dollars, so it's quite an investment, but look out for when it goes on sale at Priceline. I think that it's definitely worth checking out if you do have rough feet and would like to do something about it at home. Next up, I pulled this one out after having probably a month's break from it. This is the tried but true GLAMGLOW YOUTHMUD Tinglexfoliate treatment. I love this product. I've loved it from the minute I first tried it. This is one of those products that gives you dramatic, instant results. When I use this, I feel like my skin definitely is smoother. It's definitely more glowy. I love the effect of this product. Thoroughly recommend the GLAMGLOW YOUTHMUD Tinglexfoliate treatment. I have bought another one from their range to try next, but I don't know if I'll ever be without this product as part of my maybe twice a week skincare routine. Absolutely love it. Next up, a powder that I'm sad to say is going to be increasingly difficult for Aussies to get. Mecca Maxima was carrying the cosmetic line from Sunday Riley, and they tell me that they will probably be continuing to stock the skincare, which is very, very popular, but they will be discontinuing the line of cosmetics from Sunday Riley. I've only just recently discovered this powder. I bought it a while ago, finally got to it, and it's glorious. It's called their Soft Focus Pressed Powder. Comes in 6 different shades, I believe. My NC 2530 skin is well matched to the 125W shade. It does come with a mirror and a sponge, which I never really use. Beautiful for setting foundation and giving you a luminous, hydrated looking finish. Also beautiful for touching up without caking up and without mattifying everything out. I'm all about being a little bit more luminous these days, and this powder is one of my favorites. It's probably thicker than the NARS Light Reflecting Pressed Powder. So if you like the idea of the NARS Light Reflecting Pressed Powder, but you want something that just maybe feels a little bit thicker, a little bit more noticeable that you're putting on your face, and maybe does a bit of a better job in terms of setting your foundation over the NARS, this is going to be a perfect powder for you. I thoroughly recommend checking it out. It's a beautiful powder, right up there now among my favorites of all time. Some more makeup that hopefully will be available at Mecca Maxima very soon. I think they're coming towards the end of February. For some reason I'm thinking February 23rd, I've been told. These have been getting a little bit of flack online since they've released the Hourglass Modernist palettes. Of course, we were hearing about the Infinity palette for a little while, and then a few weeks ago Hourglass released 6 more. So there are now 7 different shades available in the Modernist eyeshadow range. They look really lovely on the inside. They've got this kind of ripple effect. They do put all the colors together, but a very classy looking, really visually appealing palette. These have been very popular. There certainly have been people who have reviewed the Infinity palette, really loved it, really loved the shades. I am someone who really enjoys this palette. I do really enjoy the shades. The other 3 that I have used and enjoyed so far, and I will be trying the remaining ones over this week. This is Colourfield, a beautiful olive color there amongst some neutrals. These palettes have a range of matte and shimmer shades inside them. This is the one that I'm wearing actually today. This is Graphite. I'm wearing this lovely silvery shade all over my lid, and then this sort of navy blackish color on my outer corner, coupled with the cream on my under eye area and inner corner, and then this cream shade on my brow bone and inner corner. And then I am wearing the dark brown actually over a black liquid liner on my lash line. So I am wearing all of these colors today, and I'm really impressed. I am really impressed with the Modernist eyeshadow palettes. This is the last palette that I have tried from the range. This is Monochrome, one for you pink and more purpley mauvey type lovers, a really nice one for a neutral daytime look. There are 3 more that I have here that I will be trying this week. One of the things that people are not enjoying is that they do kick up quite a bit of powder. You only have to touch a brush to it and it kicks up a bunch of powder. Now that doesn't, for me, translate to fallout on the face. I find that these go on very nicely in terms of color. They build nicely in terms of color. They blend nicely with each other and other products. I don't understand why they are not popular. They are getting quite a bit of a bashing online, but there are people who love it like me as well. The one thing I will say is that these are simply not the best value eyeshadow palettes out there. You know, better bang for your buck with a high quality shadow. I would definitely recommend like a Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, probably my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. I really like the Semi Sweet too. I really enjoy Lorac palettes, whether it's the Pro, the Unzipped, and I also really like Urban Decay palettes as well, whether it's the Nakeds. I really like their Basics palettes. So this from Hourglass is not your best value palette. Maybe people are just expecting less powderiness, I guess, with how much they pay. I think these are going to be probably around $71, $75 in Australia. I bought the whole range from netaporter.com. They are based in the UK and they ship very quickly out to Australia. I will include links to where you can find these down below if you are curious and these do appeal to you. I certainly like them, and they do so far get the guru thumbs up. I'm very happy with them. A few Australian products now from the brand INNOXA. I am quite a fan of INNOXA, and I am working with them on a once a month video from now until June, hopefully, showcasing some of their products. I think that they do represent great value, and there are definitely some hits in their line of cosmetics, and in fact some holy grails for me. This is one of them, the Skin Perfecting Pore Vanishing Cream, a beautiful smoothing silicone based product that you can put under any other primer. Just spot apply to wherever you've got big pores that you want to smooth out, and you'll notice definitely the difference. This one I also have really been enjoying this month. Very hot summer days, and this is one of the very few drugstore powder blushes that actually last on me all day long into the night. This is their blush duo in Rose and Berry. You've seen me use it in Get Ready With Me videos before. I definitely recommend that. I love that you've got a peach and a pink to choose from. Just a great product. And then another 2 products I have traveled with. I've been on a couple of trips to Sydney this month already, and I've really been enjoying these 2 products from INNOXA. They look very similar when held up together, but you've got a Skin Perfecting 5-in-1 Illuminating BB Cream and a Skin Perfecting 5-in-1 bronzing BB cream. I really have been enjoying the bronzing BB cream because as I self-tan, this is a great product to apply to a foundation, which may be a winter shade of foundation for you. Sometimes I think, you know, it is a little bit excessive to buy 2 different foundation shades of the same foundation, one for summer, one for winter, one for when you're self-tanning, one for when you're not self-tanning. This product is nice and affordable. You just add this to your winter shade, your lighter shade, and it's going to warm up your foundation. It's going to give you a bit of a bronzy glow, nothing too much. I've really been enjoying mixing this one into a foundation, and then I have really also been enjoying the Skin Perfecting 5-in-1 Illuminating for the same reason in terms of mixing it with a foundation, but just for those foundations that I just want to make them a little bit glowier, a little bit more youthful and hydrating looking underneath. This is a beautiful product for that as well. Again, very affordable. So some real hits for me from INNOXA this month that I have been traveling with and using very, very often. I've got just a few more products for you. Another cruelty-free Australian brand. This is Shishi. They do ship internationally for those of you who are curious. This is their Super BB Cream with caviar extract and Colgard. It promotes collagen synthesis and is an SPF 30 anti-aging and ultra moisturizing product. It comes in 4 or 5 different shades. I'm in the shade medium, which is the second lightest shade. So that may not be great news for those of you with very, very pale skin, but I've found this a beautiful product, not only for coverage. With my hyperpigmentation and freckling, I like something that's going to give me at least medium coverage, but also smoothing. I'm all about smoothing, and this one does it beautifully. It also lasts a long time throughout the day, and it also provides a beautiful finish in terms of never getting oily or greasy, but looking beautifully hydrated and luminous, not matte or flat, just a beautiful, beautiful finish, healthy and radiant. Really, really enjoy this. Love the packaging. I love these plastic tubes with a pump on the end. Nice and affordable. Wait until it goes on sale, but definitely I recommend the Shishi Super BB Cream. Finally, a couple of lipsticks that I have really been enjoying this month. I did include a video showing my pics of the Tom Ford limited edition of Lips and Boys lipstick collection that was released probably a month ago now here in Australia. There's only dribs and drabs remaining in store, but I will just mention the ones that I really have been loving this month. Cary definitely got the popular vote from you guys. I will include a link down below to my 8 shades that I picked. So many of you commented that you loved the way that Cary looked on me. A beautiful everyday rosy shade. That's Cary there. Gorgeous. I mean, it would go with a smoky look, a natural eye, you know, just a pop of liner and mascara or whatever, just a really nice versatile everyday shade. And the other shade that I've really been enjoying and the most surprised by is called Luca. I was afraid this could go either way. I thought it looked beautiful on Temptalia's lips on her blog post, but I thought it could go a little bit wrong in terms of frostiness and looking like an 80s lip. It's not an awful Frosties 80 lip. The Luca shade is just gorgeous. I found it so beautiful on the lip. I would definitely just darken up the very edge with a neutral lip pencil, and just loved that very, very slight shimmery peach shade. I found it a beautiful natural lip for daytime and for nighttime. Gorgeous with a dark smoky eye as well. Just loved it. Cary and Luca. That is all of my favorites for the month of January. Here we are in the new 2015 year. I hope that it has been good to you so far. I hope that you have been good to it so far. Thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know what you have been really enjoying. I would love to hear from you. I'm sure I will stop recording and I'll remember another 5 products that I have not included. So I'll include those on Instagram if they do come up. Certainly do follow me there for daily updates. I probably post 2 or 3 pics there a day. That's it from me. Have a gorgeous day. Don't forget, you are beautiful, and don't just look it, be it. We'll see you again really, really soon.